Hello, it's time to delve into another talking point where we will help you as a future investor learn the tricks and trades of the rich and the royals. Now, we've seen all the quotes from the wealthiest investors in the world, and they all agree that property is the most steadfast investment of any other commodity. And of course, we agree. But what all of them don't necessarily understand is the best way to grow and maintain your portfolio. Now, the best part is that you can also do this with other people's time, other people's skills, and even other people's money. So if you want to find out a little bit more about how we do it, then stick around to the end of this video and I will share all of that information with you. But for now, we're going to be talking on the point of trusts. And as I alluded to before, owning a property is just one of the aspects of your investments. The most important part is always how you hold and protect your assets. And that is where our team of specialists from Treasury Trust Services come in. They will help you as a Wealth Masters Club member to structure your portfolio to ensure that your assets are protected from hostile creditors. Now, you may be asking how you do that. Well, by using a magical little structure called the TTS structure. Now, the team at the Wealth Masters Club have been using this method since 1996, and we have helped thousands of clients all across the world with simple principles that are already in existence. But a trust needs to be set up and administered correctly, or else it is absolutely worthless, and your assets will never be safe. But the technicalities of a trust goes a little bit deeper than that. And today we're going to be talking a little bit more about the difference between a trustee and an agent of a trust. And to share some insights, we have Annemarie Schutte, the MD of Treasury Trust Services, with us. So Annemarie, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Damien. Hi, everyone.
Annemarie, can you just tell us what is the difference between a trustee and an agent?
Sure, Damien. So a trustee manages the assets held in trust on behalf of the beneficiaries. This will also include opening up the bank account, doing the day-to-day trust admin, signing off on the financial statements, buying or selling the trust assets, and also maintaining those assets for the benefit of the beneficiaries. Agents do not have these powers. They are merely appointed by the trustees to execute the decisions made by the trustees.
Annemarie, let's look a little bit more on the delegation of power and responsibilities versus the delegation of execution of decision. Can you tell us a little bit what is the difference and what does that actually mean?
Sure, this is a very important point for the trustees to get, Damien. So a trustee may not delegate its powers and responsibilities to another person, as the Master of the High Court authorized the trustee to act as such. So some of these powers may also include applying for a bond over the trust property, instituting or defending legal action, as I also mentioned earlier on, opening the bank account and doing the day-to-day administration of the trust. This will also include to distribute funds to beneficiaries. So all of this must be done to the benefit of the beneficiaries. So the trustees have the responsibility to act with due diligence and care, and whereas agents have the responsibility to execute on these specific decisions made or the mandate given to them with due diligence and care. So that's a very, very important matter to look into. And if the clients are unsure, they need to speak to their trust advisor about this.
And I mean, when it comes to the power of the trustee, where does the trustee actually obtain that power from? Who does that delegation of power?
So, as I've mentioned earlier on, the master will firstly authorize the trustees. In other words, that the trustee's name will appear on a formal letter of authority issued by the master. And then the powers should be set out in the trust deed. And it's also derived from the Trust Property Control Act.
And the same question, but now regarding the agent, where does the agent get the power from? Who delegates that to them?
So the trustees will make the decision, reduce it to writing in the form of a resolution signed by all the trustees, and then the trustees must also set out a specific mandate as to what the agent may do when he or she executes on the decision. So they basically derive their mandate from the resolution signed by all the trustees.
And then the final question is, in your article, you mentioned an alternative trustee. Can you just tell us a little bit about that? What is an alternative trustee and how and why is this allowed?
Sure. So sometimes when we do trust reviews of other trust deeds, in other words, trust that we didn't set up, um, there's provision made for an alternate trustee, basically meaning wherever a trustee authorized by the master is unable to act in that point in time, then that trustee basically delegates its powers and responsibilities to a person not authorized by the master. That is not allowed. Any decisions made in that form may be null and void. So it's very important. Only a person authorized by the master, in other words, a trustee, may make decisions on behalf of a trust or may transact on behalf of a trust.
Fantastic. Annemarie, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge. Obviously, this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to trust and how trust can be used to hold assets. But if you at home are watching and this piqued your interest and you want to find out more, then check out the description below because we are hosting a free training this weekend and it'll be streamed online. So once again, you can join us from the comfort of your home. And the best part is that you can stream the training anytime from Saturday morning until midnight on Tuesday. Each week, we have about 1,000 people registering to watch this training with us. And we always get the same feedback each and every time. People say, I wish I watched this ages ago. So make sure you register and avoid that regret. Now, if you've got any questions or comments, please feel free to share them in the comment section below, and we will respond to as many of them as possible. And as always, it's been an absolute pleasure spending time with you today and sharing the expansive knowledge of our guests. So on that note, Annemarie, thank you so much again for your time.
It's a pleasure. Thank you, Damien.
Until next week, we will see you all again. Bye-bye.
Bye.